3 words: wash, clay,
and seal. This Subaru is dirty. This Subaru is contaminated.
and this man is Ivan LaCroix.
And he's Dick McGurk. And this is DIY Detail.
I learned the wash, clay, and seal from you. Ivan invented this method, and it's going to change the way you do your maintenance washes.
Right. Now, a lot of people are afraid of claying their vehicle because it's going to scratch. Well, with our clay towel, you don't need to worry, using the proper lubrication.
So what is this method? I think intuitively, some people are going to understand claying your car, removing the embedded contaminants, the industrial fallout.
Right.
But it's all about how we're claying in this method.
Right, it's how we're claying, it's the method of claying, and the products we're using with it. So we're using the rinseless wash as part of our lubrication package, but it's not the only lubrication we're using. We'll also be using Quick Beads.
Okay, why don't we get me started and you can explain how we do this.
Right, well first of all, you need to determine whether your vehicle is contaminated or not. And there's an easy way to do that. That is a credit card. You can actually hear the contamination and you can feel it in the card. So we're not applying any pressure whatsoever to the card. You're just gliding it across the surface.
Yeah, you don't want to be scratching your car up with a credit card. It's a great hearing tool to know, oh, my paint's a great candidate for the clay towel.
Right, exactly. And speaking of the clay towel, here it is. So it's getting ready to work, sitting in the rinseless wash bucket. Rinseless wash bucket's already loaded up. We have 1/2 ounce to a gallon, 4 milliliters to a liter of rinseless wash in our bucket.
The rinseless wash, it's yellow, it smells like apples.
Right.
It goes into your bucket.
Yeah.
And again, 1 capful of rinseless wash for 1 gallon of water. There's all kinds of ways to explain it.
Yeah.
But it's very simple. And then in that bucket, you've got the rinseless wash soaked towel.
Right, and one thing about the rinseless wash, more is not better. It's actually counterproductive to put more in. So that dilution ratio, maintain it. Because if you're putting too much in, you'll get streaking, which is something we don't want to do.
And I hope people out there understand, here's Ivan saying, use less of our product.
Please.
We want to save you money and product to get great results. Okay.
So the clay towel, innovative product. It is, first of all, a diamond weave microfiber towel. And the diamond weave holds a lot of liquid. Then we have the perforated clay surface.
On the other side.
Right. So the perforated clay surface is what you're actually going to be working with. The clay towel is there to support it and also to provide lubrication. Now, the perforations allow somewhere for the contamination to go, but they also allow for extra protection in terms of lubrication.
And so, I know that you mentioned lubrication. Because we have the rinseless wash in this towel, as you maybe apply pressure that you shouldn't, because he's a no pressure clay towel teacher, there's lubrication still in here that will come out of the towel.
So if we just put it on the glass here, we see that we get a bit of moisture. But if I accidentally press too hard, we have a lot more moisture. So more lubrication.
Ivan, we're doing a rinseless wash here.
Yeah.
If you've been out in the wilderness of Moab and you've been in the mud for 3 weeks and the mud is 3 inches thick and down, use a pressure washer.
Definitely. But in this case, it's dirty, yes, but it's not filthy. Therefore, we're going to pre-spray with the rinseless. And the rinseless, in order to fill our IK sprayer, all we did was simply dunk it in the bucket. We don't have to measure the IK sprayer to figure out, oh, we've got 32 ounces in there, we need how much? Well, actually, it'd be 4 milliliters.
Well, as we apply the rinseless wash, it's already starting to work for us. So it's already starting to emulsify the dirt, and the polymers are helping suspend some of that dirt so that when you make that contact wash, it's going to be very safe. And what we also love about the rinseless is that it's going to leave some lubrication on the panel behind when we're ready to clay and seal.
Exactly. And if you don't mind, Nick, just spraying the wheels and tires a little bit.
Absolutely.
So normally in our videos, we have Nick doing the wheels and tires, but this time I'm going to do them.
Something's going on if he's doing the wheels and tires. I feel like he's up to something.
Not at all. Let's get our wheel bucket in here. And we're going to do a very simple method with the wheels. And that simple method is we've pre-sprayed them with the rinseless. Now we're letting the rinseless sit on the rest of the vehicle. The longer it's there, the better it emulsifies. But if you're doing this outside, it's windy, it's sunny, you might want to work panel by panel.
I'm always a panel by panel guy because I was mobile as a detailer forever. Right. It's just the safest way for you to stay in control.
Yeah.
It can get kind of stressful when you've like done the other side of the car, you're working here, you're worried about the sun. Detailing should be fun.
Detailing, definitely.
Keep it simple, stupid.
So we're using a flag tip nylon brush and don't want it too wet. We're simply brushing the tire. And we call this a wheel and body brush because it can be used on the wheels. And people freak out with the wheels, but in reality, a wheel is just clear coat like the rest of the paint on the car.
Those green brushes are really nice and they're so versatile. People might say, why are you cleaning the tires and then the rim faces with the same brush? But you are the king of efficiency and simplicity.
Yeah, I'm a minimalist by nature, and it's just making it easy. Now, you'll notice this wheel I'm going counterclockwise. Why? Because I felt like it.
I was gonna say, I have no idea where he's going with this.
No, not at all. Basically, I'm just making sure to hit every spoke, but I'm not necessarily worried about the order that I'm doing it.
And you're gonna do a final wipe down anyway where you can be very circumspect and look at every little angle, and so this is not the last time we're touching these wheels.
No, actually, and I'll let you do the front one while I go get a towel. And actually, we'll do one other little section with that brush, and that is this corrugated, or not corrugated, but textured plastic at the bottom of the car. So we're letting it soak there. Oh, now he's going for the barrels.
Gotta one up him when I can, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
The young buck here.
And I'm just using one of our black utility towels. It's great for this purpose. It's getting the wheel nice and dry.
Rinseless wash is so versatile. You can use it as a detail spray at the end to wipe down drips. You can use it to clean interiors, to clean glass, to clean your kitchen countertop, your bathroom, and rim faces as well.
There we go, sir.
Thank you.
And we'll let the tire dry a little bit more before we put the tire shine on. So we'll detail the rest of the vehicle, and then at the end, we'll put the cherry on the sundae, the tire shine on the tires. The drier the tires are, the better your tire shine will perform. So the wheels are looking spiffy. The paint is still damp because we don't have a lot of air movement in here, and we also don't have the sun beating down on us in this nice air-conditioned garage. So I'm going to be using the sponge to wash. As always, starting at the top, working our way down. And with the rinseless wash, you're simply applying the rinseless wash to the surface. You are not putting any pressure on the sponge at all. And then from there, we go panel by panel, dunking between.
You know, I'm really admiring the color coordination. He's got the black and red pants, the black and red shirt, the black and red floors, and the black and red sponge. Is that by accident, Ivan?
Not necessarily. I didn't actually go out to looking for red shoes. They found me.
Ivan's kind of defensive about the red shoes.
No, I think they're cool, but
I think they're cool too.
I wouldn't have gone out and looked for red shoes, but walked into the store and there they were staring at me on sale, so couldn't resist. And they're actually comfortable. So the Subaru is heavily contaminated and we can actually feel it in the sponge. And now that we've applied the rinseless to the whole surface, let's get this front fender here. We will start doing the cleaning.
You can do a couple of things here. You can reapply a layer of rinseless wash, or you can just realize that, hey, I've got these panels wet because I just washed them, I'm good to go. So in direct sunlight, if it's drying on you, you may want to go to your panel again and spray it with rinseless. I never mind the extra safety of, hey, rinseless is a good lubrication for me here, I'm gonna add more. But right now our panels are reasonably wet, and that's all we're looking for, is that initial sort of base or that foundation of lubrication provided by the rinseless. So this isn't just a standard clay towel process. We're going to use quick beads and the clay towel at the same time.
Right. So not only do we have the rinseless providing lubrication, we'll have the quick beads providing lubrication, but we'll also have the quick beads providing a beautiful finish and protection on the vehicle.
Quick beads usually used as a water-activated ceramic, wet panel, spray on, pressure wash off. Ooh, beads, easy to dry.
Right.
This is a little bit different.
A little bit different. And first of all, with quick beads, always shake the bottle. It's necessary to get that graphene infused in there and where it needs to be. From there, we have our clay towel dunked in the rinseless wash, and we're going to spray the quick beads not on the vehicle, but on the clay towel. So 2 sprays and start claying. Now the claying, obviously the upper portion of the vehicle should have less contamination, not always. Don't forget to clay your glass, your plastics, your chrome, everything. And as Nick mentioned before, the less pressure you put on your clay towel, the better it is.
And then I've got this awesome towel to use after he's done. Of course, he could do this too, but as you wipe it off, it's gonna feel very slick. And so people might say, Ivan, like, you're using quick beads and a clay towel, you're decontaminating it. Where's all that contamination going? Is this safe? How does this all work?
So the contamination is going here. And after I've done a panel, I flip it, put some on the other side.
It's so slick as you wipe it down.
Yes, it is.
And I'm not feeling the wet, and then take it to a dry side for a buff.
Don't forget to get inside that door handle. You notice when I was in the door handle, I squeezed a little bit, and more lubrication came out of the clay towel.
Ivan, how did you come up with this method? I mean, this was a huge advancement in the pro detailing space. It also was a little controversial. I mean, I think there was some pushback at it originally. So you've heard all the arguments as to why people would doubt this method. Is it safe? Is this the best way to do it? And what have you effectively been telling people where you feel like it really resonated with them?
Well, the clay towel in itself was a huge part of that development, the perforated clay towel. And a lot of detailers, professional as well, have this assumption that a clay towel is going to scratch paint. And the old clay bars, yes. The old flat surface clay towels, there was a good chance. The perforated clay towel is so much safer that it isn't going to scratch the paint when you're using the proper technique. Basically, we want to make this a simple process that's fun to do, it's easy, and you'll notice that Nick is wiping almost right behind me because quick beads cures rather quickly. We don't want it curing on the surface.
And it gets really slick too. Like I've noticed doing it on that first pass versus coming back over here, it's already gotten way slicker.
Yeah, and I'm redunking the clay towel. And these Subarus, every time you touch the door handle, it beeps at you. So in little to no time, we have a car that is not only clean, it's decontaminated, and it's protected with quick beads.
If you've never clayed your car before, it's sort of like the first time you put tire shine on by yourself. Not as simple as tire shine, but once you do it, it's as simple. And it just sort of feels like you have a superpower. Like you've done something that professional detailers charge to do. Your paint is so much smoother, it's free of contaminants, and you've protected it as well. So it's a time savings. We have so many more videos in this playlist where we're explaining how to detail like a pro, but to make it easy for you at home. Final words, Ivan?
Well, a couple final words. First of all, I think on YouTube, the subscription bell is also red and black.
I've heard of that. The
Right.
subscribe button,
Yeah,
the notification bell.
notification bell, and you can share these videos as well. So if you have someone in your family, in your circle of friends that likes to keep their car clean and has mentioned contamination to you, well, you can help them by showing them this video.
In this case, Ivan, I'm going to say fantastic job.
Thank you, and thanks for watching.